Welcome to Open Arms Healthcare. Today, we'll explore what it's like to work here at Open Arms and to be in this field. At some point in our lives, all of us will experience either taking care of someone or being taken care of. Here at OAHC, our goal and mission each day is to help the individuals we serve lead the most independent and fulfilling lives and support our staff who make it all possible.
Because healthcare comes in many different forms, we want to demonstrate a day in the life for an Open Arms employee so you understand who we serve and see firsthand what it's like to arrive to, participate in, and finally leave a shift. Armed with this information, you will be an essential part of our effort to raise the bar and become the best provider in the field. Before we begin, let's talk about the clients that we serve. The primary population OAHC serves is intellectually and developmentally disabled, or IDD. People with this diagnosis are usually affected by a disorder that impacts how they develop physically, intellectually, or emotionally. You may be surprised to learn that this can occur at any stage in life. A person can be born with a disability or suffer a traumatic injury that hinders their ability to interpret information, read, write, and speak later in life. This means Open Arms clients can be any age. They also have individual personalities, needs, hobbies, and interests. That's why we develop personalized diets, plan daily activities, decorate rooms, and make custom accommodations. At Open Arms, we are not only here to maintain our clients' health and safety, we provide holistic care for the whole person, all in the interest of fulfilling their desires and maintaining their health and safety. You'll find some clients need more emotional support, someone to take them into the community and help manage their behaviors, while others need more physical support, like meal planning, bathing, and making sure medications are taken.
Working with this population distinguishes the healthcare we provide and is extremely rewarding, beneficial, and impactful. Not only that, OAHC's locations are all located near each other and where many of our employees live. This makes working for Open Arms convenient and communal. We are not just healthcare providers. We are members of the community. We are seeking nothing less than a life surrounded by the richness and diversity of community, a collective life, a common life, an everyday life. We're glad to share a little bit about what we do, but there's still so much left to learn.
Let's take an in-depth look at a day in the life of a healthcare provider at Open Arms Healthcare. This is Jamie, one of our health supervisors. Together, we will walk through what it's like to arrive at your shift. There's Elijah, one of our other service providers. It's important to note that when arriving for your shift, you wear company branded apparel and closed-toe shoes. Pants or shorts are acceptable, but they should not be ripped or torn. If you're wearing a sweater over your OAHC apparel, make sure you can still see the company name. So a sweater or jacket should have a zipper. At Open Arms, we want to have a professional look when interacting with supports coordinators and other third parties. Also, you may have to go into the community during your shift, and it's best that people can identify you as a service provider to the client. Comfortable, work-appropriate shoes are a must, as you'll be completing all sorts of activities throughout the day. Safety at all times is key.
At Open Arms, you may be working with one client at a time, or you could be responsible for multiple clients. You could work with another staff member during the shift, or you could be the sole provider during the scheduled time. It just depends on which service you're providing. Rest assured, no matter the service or whether you're working as the sole staff member or as a team, an Open Arms representative is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to support you and answer any questions you may have. Today, Elijah's working on his own with one client. You'll see that the first action we always take when entering the house is to check on the health and safety of the client by greeting them and asking them how they're doing. After acknowledging your client, head into the staff office and greet the colleague you'll be relieving. Now that you're settled, make sure you check the medication portal to see which medications are due and whether your client has any doctor appointments. Also, check the whiteboard to view the activities the client has scheduled for the day. Additionally, review the training portal to see if you have any outstanding trainings. You may also see whiteboards, communication books, and flyers that have important information you will need to know how to be successful.
Elijah just showed us a typical shift arrival. However, it's also possible to arrive at a house and your client is not there. Don't worry, Elijah. Your client's okay. He's just on an outing with his family. This can also occur when your client is on their way home from an activity or day program. In this case, upon arrival, you might have to use the lockbox to gain entry to the site. Every OAHC residential facility has a lockbox with a key to the door. Make sure to return the key and reset any passcodes before entering the home. Then go straight to checking the medication portal. This is a good time to tell you that if you are new to a house and working with a new client, you will first have what we call a shadow shift, where you work with an experienced provider at that house to show you the ins and the outs. Once you're on your own, there's always a number to call for assistance. And don't forget about the guides that we mentioned in the office. They summarize all of the information that you need to know about your client and the house, including their individual support plan, which tells you how to best care for them, and also which day garbage and recycling need to go outside. We also use electronic resources for scheduling, medication management, and care tracking so you can easily access necessary information.
Hi, Janelle.
Oh, hey, Catherine. Let's check in with Catherine before she heads out to make sure we didn't miss anything important about arriving for a shift.
What's great is that each house at Open Arms is set up the exact same, and the residences where each client lives are beautiful. Open Arms makes sure they're well maintained, well stocked with food and supplies, and fully integrated into the community. As you drive by, you'll be able to pick out an Open Arms house by looking for the nicest one on the block. Off-street parking is available on most sites for staff members to safely keep their vehicle while on shift. And every house has a car that staff members can use to take their clients to activities and appointments. Have a maintenance need? Follow the chain of command and call your supervisor to notify them. Oh, there's maintenance now. They must be here to put together that new cabinet.
It's dedicated and loyal staff members like Jamie, Catherine, and Elijah that make a difference in all of our clients' lives and foster an environment of extraordinary care. They're members of the community we serve, and they work every day to make sure their clients have the tools and support they need to live their best life. Let's explore an example of an actual shift. Looks like Elijah sees he's taking Garrett out to lunch today. Before we go with Elijah and Garrett, let's take a look at what some of our other clients do throughout the day. Making coffee to get their day started, running to the store to pick up items that are on their meal calendar, and shooting hoops and making friends at the gym. Some individuals will also go on group outings and host events at their homes. Fiesta Taco Party, anyone? It was a spooktacular Halloween season for these individuals. Some went to a Halloween party, while others took the artistic route and painted pumpkins at their local community center. Others prefer to host family and friends for a dinner party or meet up in the community. From going to the park with a large group, learning to fish, or just spending time laughing with staff members, our individuals have preferences, likes, and dislikes, just like you or me. It looks like Elijah and Garrett have 2 hours before they have to leave for lunch. During this time, Elijah will administer any required medications and complete all of his household tasks and documentation requirements. Well, that went fast. Elijah is now all ready to take Garrett to lunch. He will use the Open Arms car provided for this site. Remember, every OAHC home has its own vehicle, so the clients are able to venture into the community. Elijah also knows that if he's taking his client out to eat and they're sitting in a restaurant, Open Arms will pay for the employee to get something small so the client experiences eating with a companion. Elijah can use the house petty cash to pay for his meal, but he will be sure to confirm how much he's allotted as a staff member beforehand. He also has to get a receipt to document the expense later.
Now, Janelle, I want to stress that when you aren't completing documentation, household tasks, or administering meds, you're spending your time there with your client. If our client is watching TV, we watch TV. If our client wants to play a game, then I'll set the game up. It's my job to be attentive and responsible while ensuring the health and safety of everyone. Okay, Elijah and Garrett are ready to head to the diner. Before locking up the house, every staff member takes with them the car keys, house keys, and staff cell phone. Elijah already administered Garrett's medications, but if he hadn't, he will make sure he takes them on the outing so that Garrett gets them on time.
I'm hungry today. How about you, Garrett?
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
What do you think you want to eat?
Probably pizza and french fries.
Pizza and french fries? Okay, that's not bad. Well, how about this? How about a chicken sandwich? It's a little bit healthier, and it's actually $3 cheaper than the pizza.
Alright, because I want to save some money anyways.
Right.
Plus, it would be healthier, so I'll get a chicken sandwich then.
Hi
Okay.
guys, how are you today?
Good, I'm
Good,
ready
how are
to
you?
order.
Okay, do you know what you want to drink?
Yes, Coca-Cola, please.
Okay, and you know what you want to eat already?
Chicken sandwich, please.
Chicken sandwich. Okay, do you want fries with it?
No, thank you.
Okay, and for you?
I'll just have a hamburger and some fries as well.
Okay.
With a
Anything else, guys?
Nope, that's
Nope.
all.
That's all.
Okay, great. I'll be right back with your drinks.
Thank you. What do you think you want to do with the money that you've been saving?
Get the new iPhone.
Okay, there you go, there you go.
Yeah, I just popped in my head.
Right, that's gonna take a little while to save up for that.
Yep, definitely.
Here you go, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
you.
Can I get you any?
Hey, did you miss me? It's our goal to make sure our clients are involved in their communities. To do this responsibly, employees have to keep in mind that they cannot pay for their client or mix their money with the client's money.
So
You
is
guys
mine.
go. I will take those up for you whenever you're ready.
Alright,
All
thanks.
right. How are you gonna pay for your order today?
With cash.
All right. How much was it?
It was $10.
Okay. What do you figure for a tip?
$5 tip.
Okay, that's considered pretty generous. For a $10 bill, we should probably leave like a $1 to a $3 tip.
Okay, then a $2 tip would work then.
Perfect.
There you go.
If you have any ideas about activities you think your client would benefit from, begin the discussion with your house supervisor and come up with a plan. Here at Open Arms, we go above and beyond in the right ways. We support, teach, and encourage our clients to develop the skills they need to be successful. We are their advocates and they depend on us. Now that the guys are back, let's delve into the final stage of a shift, departing. Elijah will make sure Garrett's needs are met, and then he'll finish his outstanding household and documentation tasks. Once those are done, he'll go back to hanging out with Garrett, always maintaining awareness in the case that Garrett needs assistance or has a question. Awareness is key for a caregiver. Your job is to help ensure the environment is suitable to the client and prepared for the incoming staff. This includes doing laundry, defrosting food based on the meal calendar, cleaning the house, and completing documentation.
As a house supervisor, when I'm not interacting with my client, you can find me placing grocery and medication reorders, scheduling meals, activities, and doctor appointments, and overseeing the staff members who work at the site. I'll also interact with the office admin staff. Here at the house, I'm here to be a resource for the medication and house-related questions. It's my job to make sure you're able to do your job effectively. Let me know if you have any questions about how to manage your client, the best ways to complete household responsibilities, or if you just need more support to get through the day. It's time for Elijah to start getting ready to head home. Let's check out to see what needs to be done prior to leaving. Before heading out, dispose of all trash, lock away all cleaning agents and potentially poisonous items, fold and store linens, and wash all the dishes. If you ever need help remembering what needs to be done, you can always find the information in the office, or there's a 24/7 company support number.
Oh look, here comes Elijah's relief. That's Keithia. While we all do our best to be on time, if your relief is a few minutes late, never leave the person who you are caring for unattended. Per usual, Keithia is on time. Now she'll take over providing care. Armed with all of the guidance and tips from her training, Keithia is well prepared to take over for Elijah. I want to thank you for spending the day with us and learning what it takes to be an open arms support professional. Though we covered a lot, there's still so much yet to discover about the OAHC way.
A lot of the perks at working at Open Arms is there's a 401k plan, there's health insurance, there's bonus programs, they're super flexible, pay increases, and most importantly, I would say a clean and safe working environment.
But I am very excited to come into work every day because one of the best parts of my job is that my clients rush up to me and want to give me a hug whenever I arrive.
Starting at Open Arms, we didn't start off residential, so starting with the company when I did, it seems like I was able to grow with the company and transferring from a DSP to a supervisor, I just took on more responsibilities per se. I look over not just the client, I have to make sure the staff is on board with everything.
My greatest joy with coming to work is to be able to make a difference in these clients' lives, to make them healthier, to bring some joy into their life, and to see them having fun.
It is definitely rewarding because I get to see the different sides of things of people who are not as independent.
What I find rewarding about working at Open Arms is being the support system for clients that are truly grateful to be a part of the company and have us in their daily lives.
I've worked for many companies in this field over the years. I've been in the field for about 15 years, and I really enjoy working with Open Arms. It's my favorite company that I've worked with in this field.
My son has been with Open Arms since July of 2013. He has done so well since he's left my home. He has made a lot of strides because the staff has really worked with him in life skills. I'm just very proud of the man that he has become and the independence that he's shown since he has moved into residential facility at Open Arms.
Join the team.
Join the healthcare community.
Make a difference.
Make a difference at Open Arms Healthcare.
Make a difference in people's lives.
Be the Open Arms way.